This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.
Yeah, you're very connected to your body, I would imagine, as a dancer, especially ballet. And I think a lot of people, we over time lose touch with our bodies because we do fall into these like monotonous rhythms. But as a dancer, like you can't lose touch with your body.
Yeah, and that's why I can tell so drastically, like when I'm more sedentary and, especially through this, quarantine time, it's like definitely you can't avoid it. Like you're sitting more. And it is like I can feel the change in my body. And so when I start to feel it, I know that that's when it's time to like notch up the training and, do more intense work throughout the day. Because it's like losing your vision or like your sense of smell or your touch. Like it's so important. And when it's not there, you just feel like you're not, something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, what are they saying right now? A lot of science is saying that the sedentary lifestyle is going to be worse than smoking. Just like sitting there not doing anything.
I believe that. I mean, we used to do much more manual labor, and everything is, done on a computer now, which is great. Like it's great that technology has advanced that far, but it's not good for us physically that we're sitting in a chair all day long. So
yeah, we've isolated everything we do into little pockets instead of like walking for our job while we're working, working and walking or moving and working. It's like, or walking to the place. Because we were talking, it's like, there's literally like there's reason for anybody to walk anywhere ever again if you didn't want to.
It's true. It's like, yeah, it's so true. It's like you get in your car and you drive to your office, then you sit in your chair and then you you call Uber Eats to come deliver your lunch and like, then you get back in your car. You could avoid walking for days at a time.
There's like funny on like there was, I don't forget who, it was a comedian or something, but he parked on one side of the street in LA and he gets in his car and then he drives around like that to the other bar on the other side of the street and gets out.
Oh my God.
It's like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So what are some of your goals? Like, what are some of the things that you want? You've achieved so much already. I mean, what are you looking forward to over the next few years?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's true. It's like, I mean, our careers are, it takes so much to develop it, and it's a full lifestyle investment. But they are short careers. I'm 30. So, people don't usually dance past late 30s, sometimes 40, that's pushing it. Don't know if I want to be that person who's dancing when they're 40. So there is like a transition period where you start to think, well, what's going to come next, And I feel like I'm lucky in the sense that I have left classical dance and I've come back to it and been able to do that. So I'm aware there are other worlds out there. After I did that Dirty Dancing tour, I moved to New York and did a bunch of freelancing. I did some TV and some theater plays and stuff like that. And so I was kind of, I was aware that there were other directions within the arts that I could go.
Definitely. I mean, you've already done a lot. You have on your resume, you have a lot of acting and like play experience. So, I mean, that doesn't have to stop. I mean, of course, the professional side of everything is the just never stop inside. That's the side. Like doing all this stuff professionally, like trying to have it be the career. So, but you can do that for a lot longer in the play scene because there's characters that are needed, from every age range.
Exactly. It is hard though, because that is, also a very hard thing to pursue, and you're often like living that gypsy life. And I don't know if I want to do that forever. there's, definitely a desire to, have a family and, kind of have like a somewhat normal, like secure life. And oftentimes it's like when you're an artist, you're just constantly, you don't know where your next paycheck's coming from sometimes. And, you're just kind of auditioning all the time and, looking for new projects. And that's fun and stimulating. But at the same time, it's like, it's not always sustainable.
Yeah.
So, to develop, some kind of company or some kind of school where there's like, more of an income stream, a consistent income stream would be cool.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it and like, kind of learning. I took a couple entrepreneurial courses during quarantine. So I'm kind of like slowly, secretly building some sort of plan, but I don't even really know what it is yet. So
sometimes it's totally okay, and that's the other thing is sometimes I have a tendency to live too far in the future, set my future goals so much and really focus on those that I need to remember to come back here to the present. Because I heard a quote, like, if we're living in the past all the time, we might be experiencing depression. If we're living too far in the future, we might be experiencing anxiety. And so that's why I think anxiety was more of my experience when I'm trying to be so productive, and I kind of valued my life on productivity. And then so on those moments when I needed to relax, my body actually needed to shut down for a second. I felt like I wasn't doing anything, and it was only like a day or two, and then I was hard on myself. So I kind of found myself in this little cycle that I think maybe entrepreneurs and artists, especially when we're like hustling for the next job. I mean, the next paycheck, like the freelance life is what I was living for so long. And it is fun. I mean, that's the cool part about it. There's like, it's exciting and it's a lot of fun, but I really I really felt the need to put down some roots somewhere. Cause it was weird when I was making movies, like, I was so transient. I had apartments. I was just bouncing from apartment to apartment. It didn't really matter where I was going. I like to travel so much. But then when I decided to buy a house, it changed the whole game. I'm like, well, it was so weird. I was like so scared to like put some roots down, but it was cheaper than rent, my loan. So I'm like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. And so it's been the best thing for me though, because it grounded me. And it gave me, and now I have a food forest around my house. I have animals in the backyard. I got ducks, and it's a fun place for me to be.
I think that's so important, like for us to have a place where we can actually call home, regardless of how our lifestyle is.
Thank you for joining us for the Healthy and Family Show. Visit our website at healthyandfamily.com. That's healthyandfamily.com to see what all the other doctors, experts, and real moms have to say about keeping your whole family healthy. This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutro.com, whole family nutrition, and aired on the Goldstone Network. People, Planet, Future.